Swing and a miss, strike 3, as that is out number 2 of inning number 8, the top of the 8th. And welcome back here to White House Field. We again apologize for technical difficulties. We've been having issues with our Wi-Fi over the last inning and a half or so. But to get you up to speed here, the Mariners were able to get a run last inning on a sacrifice fly, but it ended up being a double play as well. So a weird play, but now it's 4-2 with 2 away here in the top of the 8th. And batting for the Brewster Whitecaps is Solari.
It's all that fog. Playing with our equipment.
I guess so.
So a golden opportunity, and you mentioned a sac fly back in the 7th inning that actually brings home a run. A little discrepancy about what that was going to be scored officially as this pitch misses low and outside. It was caught out in right field, and then they were able to double up Joey Weimer at first, who got a little bit of a running start.
Ground ball to short. Play is made. The throw from Thompson's in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for McCullough. That's now 2 strong innings for him so far, although he did give up a run in the top half of the 7th. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. It is 4-2. And just a heads up, due to the fact that our cameras are connected via Wi-Fi, and we've been having trouble with our router here, we probably will not have any visuals for the rest of the ball game. We do, again, apologize for the inconvenience, but stay tuned here. We can give you play-by-play coverage of the finale of this one. Once again, it is Brewster 4, Harwich 2. You are listening to Harwich Mariners Baseball here on the Mariners Radio Network.
Welcome back to White House Field. Tyler Henry alongside Colin Casey. I'd like to remind you that today's game is brought to you by Cape Cod Healthcare. What's donated here stays here. All blood that is donated to Cape Cod Healthcare stays on Cape Cod and helps the lives of your friends, family, and neighbors. Learn more about donating blood, platelets, or hosting a blood drive at capecodhealthcenter.org/blood center.
So it's the bottom of the 8th. 4-2, the Brewster lead as the Mariners looking to get back into this game. So it'll be Christian Fedko leading things off, who's only 1 for 1, but he has walked twice as well. His only hit being a double in the bottom of the 2nd. He will face Mason Black, who goes out once again. This is his, I believe, his 4th full inning of work now, as he did come in with 2 away in the 4th. He's pitched the 5th, 6th, and 7th as well, so 3 1/3 so far for Mason.
Yep, he's a few outs away from passing up the starter in Mikulski.
So Fedko digs in, slightly open stance, and the first pitch is driven foul backwards. 0-1 now to Fedko.
Yep, Fedko's on base percentage taking a big jump after today, a double and a couple of walks for him. But aside from that, still looking for his 2nd hit of the day.
So check swing, and looks like it will be a ball. He did not go on that swing. We got a defensive change to tell you about as Tyler Gentry now in center field for Colin Davis. So you wonder if that hand injury might still be bothering Davis as he exits the ball game here. Ground ball to the left side, gloved and thrown across the diamond in time by Workman for out number 1.
Yeah, pretty typical play there for Workman. That'll bring up the part of the order that struggled more than anybody else today. It'll be Pat Winkle, Mike Rothenberg, and Tyler Keenan trying to right the ship here. 2 of these guys making their Mariners debuts, those 2 being Rothenberg and Keenan. Keenan reached on a hit by pitch, but aside from that, again, 0 for 8, 8 strikeouts so far, looking to get back in the right direction here in the later goings of this one.
So Pat Winkle, the left-handed bat, looking to get things going, like you said, after a rough start, but he's way behind on the first pitch, 0-1. The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle, knocked down by Black, and he recovers and throws on to first. So it's going to be a 1-3 put out for out number 2 here in the 8th.
Well, that's what they always say. Just body up the ball, make sure you keep it in front of you. And that time, an opportunity to maybe glove it out there by Black, but keeps it in front of him and kind of got knocked on his tail end there. Had to get up and grab the ball, but it's still in time for the put out. So that'll bring up Mike Rothenberg, who is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. Trying to avoid the dreaded 4th here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Rothenberg, the DH in this one. The first pitch he sees will miss. The 1-0. That one misses low. Runs coming for Brewster, 2 of them coming from solo home runs from TJ Collette. He had 2 in the 2nd and 3rd innings. A 2-0. That'll miss as well, so a 3-0 count now with 2 away, as the DH doing just what his name has implied, scoring half of his team's runs.
Yep, and the DH for Harwich trying to catch up right now. So Rothenberg's got a 3-0 count.
And that one will catch the inside corner for strike 1. The other run's coming from an RBI single by Kieran Deviney, and an RBI double from Colin Davis before he left the game. That pitch is fouled off to run the count full. So a 3-2 count. The base is empty. And 2 down. Payoff pitch is ripped foul down the left field line. The umpire just dancing out of the way down the third base side.
Yep, good reflexes over there by third base umpire James Byrne. Sometimes you just got to get out of harm's way, and that's exactly what he did. So it's a full count here to Rothenberg. After getting ahead 3-2, he's fallen back to a full count here.
4-2 the lead for Brewster late in this one in the bottom of the 8th. And after a long pause, the umpire will call time. And play resumes from the windup. The pitch. High chopper on the right side. Glove down, the flip is in time, and a nice play covering the bag there by Mason Black. And it's a 1-2-3 inning as the Mariners go down in order. We head to the final frame. Brewster 4, Harwich 2. You're listening to Mariners Baseball on the Harwich Mariners Radio Network. Gage Workman will lead things off in the top of inning number 9 for the Brewster Whitecaps as they enjoy a 4-2 advantage. Once again, alongside Tyler Henry, I'm Colin Casey, bringing you Mariners baseball on this chilly Wednesday evening. Fog has been on and off here from White House Field, but things are all clear at the moment, including the skies. And the first pitch by Connor McCullough is fouled down the line, fouled off down the left field line.
Yep, and the temperature is finally dipping below 60 degrees, going a little bit cold here, as have the bats here for the Whitecaps of Brewster since Connor McCullough came in, giving up the 1 run. But aside from that, 4 strikeouts through 2 frames.
Big swing and a miss there by Workman, who has 1 official at-bat in this game because he walked and scored in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and then struck out swinging in the 6th. So Workman looking for his first base hit in this one, the 0-2. It will miss low.
Just trying to pad maybe a few more insurance runs on here in potentially the final frame for them.
For the first time in several innings, the bullpen is stirring on the Brewster side. And that is strike 3 called. And Workman is retired via the strikeout for the second time in this one, 1 away.
Yep, that'll be number 5 for Connor McCullough, who just continues to deal. And he's been very, very special so far this season through what we've seen out of him. Especially for a guy at Kansas State that it's the first time he's pitched in a while. He was transferring eligible during his freshman season, and that because of a transfer to Arkansas.
So Eric Fago takes the first pitch for a called strike, and he has had quite the breakout game tonight, singling in the second and the fourth, and then walking and coming around to score in the seventh, and he also added a stolen base during that endeavor. 1-1 the count. Fago out of Hilton Head, South Carolina. Very popular vacation spot as there's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, normally the Cape Cod a very popular vacation spot, but the way the weather's been the last couple of weeks, I'm not sure anybody is too eager to come this far out northeast. Maybe wait a few weeks till the sun decides to come back out again.
Pitch misses outside, and I think it's really fitting that the Harwich Mariners have the name the Mariners, because it seems like the weather's been like Seattle weather over the last week and a half.
Might as well be.
2-2 is a broken bat. Ground ball up the middle. Long throw by Thompson, and he makes a strong one. And that's in time to retire the batter, Fago. First time he's gotten out in this game, and that is out number 2.
So McCullough continuing to work quickly here, and again, it's been some pretty good outings here by the Harwich pitching staff throughout a majority of these games, but just unable to cash in on runs, and that's continued to kill him.
We're going to have a pinch hitter taking over for Kieran Deviney, and it is Justin Vought, the University of Maryland product from Larksville, Pennsylvania. Big right-handed bat digs in. The first pitch he sees from McCullough is over for a strike.
So we'll see what Vaught's got in store here. Trying to add a little bit of offense for a late punch here. So McCullough's next pitch will just miss inside, and the count even at 1-1.
Vought is 2 of 9 on the season with a home run, so definitely some power there, but he has struck out 5 times. And he'll take a pitch outside for a ball, 2-1.
Yep, and a guy that I'm sure McCullough would love to hand a 6th strikeout to and bring the bats up one more time. Try to get a little late push here. Only trailing by 2.
That one will just miss the inside corner, so hitters count 3-1. With the 9-hitter Damon Dews on deck, and actually another pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. Should it come up and hit on the pitch on a 3-1 count is Justin Vought. He takes it right off the shoulder, so with 2 away, he will head down to first, but he's really laboring as that ball hit him in the upper arm.
Well, and that's got to feel bad. I mean, especially on a night as cold as this one, you get a baseball anywhere, it's not going to feel too good, but insult to injury is he wasn't even in the starting lineup today.
Oh, yeah.
They bring him in, and he gets plunked, so he's like, thanks, coach. Appreciate that.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain here.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see a pinch runner, and with that being the case, you have to kind of look at this roster with the catching situation. There is Joshua Crouch as another catcher here, but you have to wonder if he's still on the roster at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, most teams only carrying 2 catchers. You take a look at what, even Harwich has done. Jackson Greer, one of the better hitters through the beginning of the season. He had to be cut to make room for another catcher. So you bring in the second guy, and, who's left? And that might be a part of the conversation is, can Vought continue, or
yeah, and
are
then
they going to have to see?
I think the move might actually be Brett Auerbach, who's currently the left fielder, could come in to play catcher next inning and maybe put an outfielder in his spot. So Vaught's going to head off to the dugout, so that's going to be his night. And we're going to have another pinch hitter as it's going to be Tyler Hardman from Kennesaw, Georgia. The Oklahoma Sooner will pinch hit for Damon Dews. For Damon Dew, I should say.
So, new hitter As you mentioned, and Tyler Hardman coming in for Damon Dew.
And Kobe Bolware will pinch run for the injured Justin Vought.
For the Whitecaps, number 42, Tyler Hardman. And pinch running at first base, number 3, Kobe
So
Bolware,
the Razorback at Arkansas, will pinch run with 2 away here in the top of the 9th. And Hardman digs in. First pitch he sees misses up and in, so a little bit of control issues here as maybe fatigue setting in as he's trying to close out his 3rd inning of work as Connor McCullough.
Certainly could be, but McCullough, a guy that has had experience as a guy that was looked to as a starter back in high school, of course.
Fastball in there on the outside corner for strike 1.
And you got to get the feeling, I mean, with the amount of confidence that Coach Engler has had in his guys out there on the bump, they will probably keep him out here to close this out no matter what in terms of this inning. So, an arm warming up in the Harwich pen, but doubt we'll see him used.
And fighting that one off is Hardman. It's a ground ball to the third base side. Another beauty of a play by Tyler Keenan. And he makes the play to retire the side. Keenan will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th as the Harwich Mariners with a last-ditch effort to try to at least even this game or perhaps walk it off in the 9th. After 8.5, it is Brewster 4, Harwich 2. You're listening to Harwich Mariners Baseball on the Mariners Radio Network. Last ups here for the Harwich Mariners, and they will face Carson Coleman, closer for the Brewster Whitecaps, looking to earn the save. He will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, starting off with Tyler Keenan, who's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch in this one.
Yep, and so far, he has played in just 1 game, 2 2/3, or 1 inning pitch, sorry. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout.
So the first pitch just misses. So the Mariners looking to stage a comeback here in the 9th in one of the lengthier games we've seen this season, approaching the 3-hour mark. And that pitch will miss as well, so falling behind after coming into the game is Coleman, 2-0.
Yeah, just a few days ago, able to get through 2 games, albeit them 7-inning games against Falmouth in about 3 hours and 15 minutes. So tonight's has definitely taken a lot longer, part of that being a lot of very cautious pitching and a lot of very lengthy mound conversations.
Swing and a miss on 2-0 by Keenan. So it'll be 2-1. Impressive outing out of the pen by Mason Black, 4 1/3 innings. As that one fouled off to the left to even the count at 2. Don't see that too often out of a reliever going that deep into a game.
Yeah, definitely just kind of picked things up and ran with it. And, I mean, no reason really to pull him.
Hard ground ball to second, but right there now is Boulware, newly entered in the game. He makes the first play, and that is the first out of the bottom of the ninth. So some wholesale changes in the field for Brewster after a couple of injuries really decimating the team at the moment, as they moved Castanon to third and Workman to short and Boulware to second, and now Crouch is behind the plate. So a lot of things there. Now we actually have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Bobby Seymour pinch hitting for Joe Lamuscio.
Yep, Seymour been struggling as late, but still one of the better hitters potential-wise on this team.
He reached base twice actually in this game, but instead it's going to be the big bat of Seymour who takes the first pitch for a called strike. And there's a big cut and a miss, and Seymour down 0-2 as Coleman looking pretty strong early in this save attempt.
Yeah, you can tell, I mean, right now he wants to break his way out of this slump, preferably with one over the wall, but got to just focus on starting a little something here.
Coleman looking in from the windup, the 0-2. And that'll miss just low for a ball, 1-2.
Currently Bobby Seymour, along with Kessler, McIntyre, and Anu, the three guys tied for the strikeout lead in the league, all of them with 10.
Coleman with a 1-2 and swing and a miss. And Seymour goes down swinging. So 2 up, 2 down here, and the Mariners are down to their final out in the ninth.
And that'll flip it back to the top. It'll be the last hope for the Mariners, and Chris Gallant, who today is 1 for 3, reached on a walk, reached on a base hit, and scored on a sac fly in the 7th. Adds a strikeout and a fly out to that. So a ground out here, and he'd have the trifecta. Certainly not what the Mariners are looking for here in the bottom of the ninth with 2 away.
Gallen trying to keep this game alive. First pitch he sees is in there for strike 1. The score holds. The win would belong to Mason Black. And Connor Seckler would be saddled with the loss. Here's the 0-1. Just low, evens the count.
Once again, the Mariners trying to find their way back into games. This would extend the streak of games where they did not lead. They fell behind and have yet to come back in a game in which they trailed.
1-1, that's over for a strike. And now the Mariners down to their final strike. Cam Thompson waiting on deck. The game is kept alive here by Gallen. But from the windup, Coleman, the 1-2 pitch, fought off down the first base line, and it's out of play. So they'll draw it up again, 1-2.
They've been a good job just fighting that off. Again, trying to keep everything in close right now. Got to be very, very defensive of the plate.
Leadoff hitter digs in once again. Coleman from the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Making the play is Workman. The long throw across the diamond is in time, and the ball game is over. So the Harwich Mariners unable to come back from an early deficit, falling behind 3-0, behind a couple of home runs from T.J. Collette. And the final score in this one is Brewster Whitecaps 4 and the Harwich Mariners 2. We'll wrap it up in a few minutes as we come back. Once again, the Mariners drop this one to Brewster. You are listening to Mariners Baseball here on the Mariners Radio Network. Welcome back one last time to White House Field here in Harwich, Massachusetts, as the Harwich Mariners fall to the Brewster Whitecaps by a final score of 4-2 in this one. Brewster now on a 6-game winning streak after starting the season 0-3. They improve to 6-3 on the season. Harwich now falls to 3-5 on the season. That is now losses in back-to-back games for the Mariners. The win in this one goes to Mason Black, who is now 2-0 on the season. He came in to relieve the starter Matt Mikulski after Mikulski went 3 2/3 innings, allowing a run on 3 hits, walking 4 and striking out 6. Then it was Mason Black's turn to come in, and he pitched a full 4 1/3 innings, leading to his second win of the season and the Brewster Whitecaps' 6th win as a team. Loss goes to Connor Seckler, who's now 1-1 on the season. Seckler went 4 innings, allowing 6 hits, giving up 3 runs, 2 walks, striking out 4. And the save goes to Coleman. That is the closer there, Carson Coleman, the righty, with his 2nd save of the season. Brewster Whitecaps with 4 runs on 7 hits. They had 1 error in the field and left 5 men on base. Harwich Mariners 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors committed, and they left a staggering 9 men on base in Tyler. I guess the big difference in this one was really those 9 men left on base, including the Mariners. With a golden opportunity in the 3rd inning, they were only able to get 1 run despite having the bases loaded with nobody out in that 3rd inning. Those are the types of innings that you really want to forget as a team, and this one will definitely sting for a little bit for the Mariners.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are 2 numbers that I think this team needs to take away from this game. Obviously, the big one being 9 runners left on base, but that's one we've been harping on for the entire season. The other number that they need to look at is the strikeouts. 15 strikeouts from the batter's box today. An incredible outing out of Mason Black and also out of Matthew Mikulski. I mean, give those 2 guys their dues, but at the end of the day, you have to be more patient up there at the dish. We've seen a lot of guys go out there, and it just seems like the team is a little bit too aggressive in the box, and that can lead to good things when you're hitting, but you got to be a little bit more patient. That's going to have to be one of the biggest focuses coming out of this game. In the last 2 games, the Mariners have struck out 26 times and left a staggering 16 guys on base. So those are the 2 biggest numbers that need to be improved. We'll see what happens in the coming days, including a game tomorrow, weather pending, against the Wareham Gatemen on the road, as the Mariners will look to rebound in that game.
So once again, the Mariners still searching for their first interdivisional win this season as they fall to Brewster at home. Final score, once again, the Whitecaps winning this one 4-2 over the Mariners. For all of us here at the Harwich Mariners broadcast team, alongside Tyler Henry, my great producer Matt Lucy, and everyone else here in the media department, I'm Colin Casey. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday evening of baseball. We once again apologize for the technical issues that we've been working out. We hope to have those fixed in time for the next Mariners game. But once again, so long from White House Field. Final score in this one, Brewster 4, Harwich 2. You have been listening to Harwich Mariners baseball here on YouTube Live.